Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start a session a little late, but we'll continue with yesterday. Uh, it was most unexpected. So I had a blank mind. I didn't know what I'm supposed to ask. So, day before yesterday in the evening, I asked, "You will do the talking. I just need to do the throw." She says, "Yes." So, in the throw, what we got was something to do with bones in the dune of the Middle East. Mostly it is Saudi Arabia, is what she's talking about, without offending anybody, because those bones can be people from your own country, they can be from neighboring countries, they can be from Europe. They're the who's who, primarily. यूरोप प्रॉपर नहीं है इन्वॉल्व, वैसे कुछ है EU, माना कि यू जो है ना ओ बन गया है, तो यूरोपियन यूनियन इज EU, बट दिस इज EOO, सो यू कैन से मे बी इट इज द नेबरिंग कंट्री. Any which ways, the point is, the reading is saying that over there's a place called Umadiyan, Diyan, and there's another place called Riyadh. Now, Riyadh is a bustling city, is what I saw on the map, but it is the outskirts of Riyadh, all the way to the next border, northwards. Southwards or southwest, there is some water body which flows. So she says, not the settlement around the water body, but all the blank spaces of sand and dunes. On the outskirts of Riyadh, north, northwest, northeast, east, and southeast. जहाँ जहाँ empty ground है, वहाँ वहाँ पे नीचे खोदे हुए हैं बोन्स लोगों का. बॉडीज तो है ही नहीं, लेकिन उनके बोन्स वहाँ पे है. ऐसे बोल रही है. आई डोंट नो व्हाई शी हैज़ ब्रॉट अप द DGP, द IG, द NIA, the ED, Government of India, Mr. Modi, नमो. बोल रही है इनके जो बोन्स है ever since 2000, and बोल रही है, I can't remember, yesterday I asked her, I said, did this happen through the 80s? Did it happen in the 90s? She said no for the 90s, she said no for the 80s. She said it happened in 2000. I don't know if she said 2009 onwards or 2013. हमको लगता है उसने बोला 2009 onwards, 9-10 onwards. I will ask again. Okay, so anyway, it was surprising. So anyway, हमारा जो है ना ड्यूटी बनता है बोलने के लिए, तो it is dangerous for me, but I say okay, whatever it is, if somebody can just figure this out, बोलती है you need to dig over there. वहाँ पे dig करके you will find the bones. So I don't even know who's seeing these reads, but the point is I'm really hoping कि legal side से जो India pro है या humanity pro है, because apparently there are some key people from around the world. It could be from their own land also who have been done away in that manner. The reason why it's being brought to your notice is because good governance, good law and order is on the back of good आत्मास. उनको निकालो और जो दज्जल के लिए काम करते हैं वो आवे, तो then the world has had it. फिर humanitarian welfare चीज़ होगा ही नहीं. That is the only reason she is bringing it to your notice. Okay? Now it is 10:50, 11 in the near noon, 11 है, 11 सुबह के टाइम, वेडनेसडे है. 11th of June 2025, Mercury मून सैटर्न, तो शनि का दिन है, बुध का दिन है और चंद्रमा का दिन है. Okay, so it's got deep emotions. It may stir deep emotions amongst people, but you have to then take the moon and the Mercury together. That is your emotions. Saturn is the watcher. Saturn and moon together is not that great, but Mercury and Saturn is together talks about people who steal, dacoits and thievery. So maybe the topic today will be something of that sort. अगर तुमको जन्म से कुछ मिलता नहीं है और दूसरा का जन्म तुमसे बेटर है, तो दूसरे की चीज छीने जो तुमने कमाया नहीं है, that goes against you one way or the other, and there is no question of it any other way. Murder is murder, stealing is stealing, grabbing is grabbing. You make excuses for it. यहाँ तक you can get away a little, but always remember what has been said in the past. अठनी चवनी के लिए तुमने करोड़ों का नुकसान किया है, वो बोझ तू ही उठाएगा. नंबर 1. Number two, the worstest slums on earth today is a king's paradise compared to what you have earned. उसका मतलब है सबसे घटिया जगह धरती पे जो आज है, स्लम्स एक एग्जाम्पल है, लेकिन उससे भयानक तो पता नहीं बहुत सारी जगह है धरती पे आज भी. तो वो राजा का महल बराबर बनता है जब देखूं कि तू जो है आत्मा जो है वहाँ पे तू उस रूप में निकलो इस शरीर को छोड़ के. तो कंपेयर टू दैट प्लेस, यहाँ का धरती पे जो इस जन्म का सबसे भयानक जगह जो है वो एक राजा का महल बराबर है. वो भी तुमको बोला है 2017 के अंदर. All these readings are pointing that download was actually said by some very eminent people. There are some people due to whom I got a download saying that working for people welfare, working in the government is a thankless job. So you have abducted some people who have done some very good work in the government and have properly built the economies. If you were not able to catch up or you were still struggling to make it, you got a quick rise on the back of blood money, stolen money, etc., etc. Then that is not really you having earned any great place. There is only foul play on the back of it. It cannot last you very long. Ultimately, it's going to catch up with you. When it catches up with you, you're not going to like it. But then that is the best part about how you function. There are people who have earned 11 kalpas in Nark and Patal because they have given with this activity. There are others who have earned 23 kalpas of Nark and Patal because they must have worked the one who has got 11 kalpas of Nark and Patal. चन्ने के झाड़ पे चढ़ा के उससे काम निकालो. Conniving, deal making on every end. तो उनको तो 23 कल्पा मिला है. That is only for now. Whether it gets better going down the line, I don't know, simply because what the pendulum is telling me, I'm here for 15-20 years, in and around that. Whether in body or spirit, I don't know. One way or the other, we're here for 15-20 years. So if that be the case, then as time goes, there'll be more and more topics coming up. Right now, it is a specific bunch of people brought forward to me, told to me that it would take 4 years. I don't know whether it is a 4-year term that led to something connected with that bunch of people, or it will take me 4 years to sort this issue out. Not sure which way. But it is between 1 to 4 years. The time started at the I think last month of 2024. Okay. So we start with taking the blessings. We start with taking the blessings of Shirdi Sai Baba. पहले शिरडी साई बाबा के ब्लेसिंग्स लेते हैं. So I'll take out my glasses so that we are not distracted. So we take the blessings of Ganesh ji. First, ask him to remove any obstacles that come in our way, and also to give us the intelligence to understand what exactly is being brought forward by those who have already left the body, moved into the spirit world. Specifically over here is file name cat is what I understand. That is JAYA.ADVANI, my sister. Then some people associated with us in school and college, and then a larger network. Given permission by Shirdi Sai Baba for whatever time frame they've been given permission to hang around over here, then they have to leave. In some cases, they're going to be here for 1 year. In some cases, for a few days. They say their thing is over. They have to go and finish things wherever. They go into new births also. This will be going on for the next 15-20 years, they have said. So anyway, there are some people who have already finished their part. They have moved on and they will not be returning. Okay. So we asked Shirdi Sai Baba also to bless the reading. Thank you for giving permission to whoever is talking via the pendulum, so that it can be expressed the way the pendulum and the Scrabble throw works itself out. We take the blessings of Shivji, Shaniji, Parvati Mata, Kartikeya Bhagwan, Vishnu, Lord Ram, Lord Krishna, to please bless and also guide the read. They are also, the thing is, all of them are witnesses to everything, along with all the elements in the universe. And finally, we take the blessings of Gau Mata and all the gods in Gau Mata. Okay. Now, we will talk to the pendulum first, because I'm sitting here first time. I have not done any check prior to this. Hello Dolly, are you here? Are you here? Are you of strength or are you tired? You're of strength? Were you moving a little slow? You're meditating or something? I hope, am I disturbing you? Okay, so what I will do is I will leave this and I will continue with the Scrabble throw, and I'll come back to this later on. Okay? Is it okay if I have a question regarding the read to come and ask you? Is it possible to do that in between the read for the Scrabble throw? Okay, so if I have, okay, can you tell me, am I wearing a white t-shirt today, just to know that you're around over here? Okay, fine. So I will just connect with you just in case I need to get clarification about something. Okay, sweetie? Okay. I'm wearing blue t-shirt, blue top, not t-shirt. So we'll continue with the Scrabble throw. Just give me a second. Before we start the session, we'll just recheck on the letters that were thrown yesterday. Okay. So this was yesterday's reading. It was the 10th. of June 2025 at postcode 560077. So what we will do is we'll take it forward just to see when we've thrown the Scrabble pieces, what are the letters, and then we will continue from there. I didn't realize that the camera was not taking the whole thing simply because I also kind of go into another state. So we don't completely, we should be a little more alert. But when we're doing the pendulum, we need to be blank. Otherwise, we will be influencing it, which we don't want to do. So we have to be blank. But then the downside is, and I'm doing Scrabble after a long, long time. Otherwise I've been. So anyway, this is what we have got as the throw. It says O Jin Map ED Bone E. So this is what I'm going to put on the board right now. So amongst this, we need to put it as O Jin Map ED Bone E. Keep this in mind because this is very important. But we will go and match it with the O Jin. We will go with matching the O Jin Map ED Bone E. Okay, from yesterday's session. So we got GIN, BONE, MAP, ED, and E. We'll have to go back to moving this forward, but just to ensure that we haven't got more or less to do the read, because that's the throw, right? So O Jin Map Bone EDE is the same as that. Okay, so we can now freely continue with the session and move ahead of what was already recorded yesterday. The recording was for how long? The whole session? For about 1 hour, not more than about an hour. It was about 1 hour, 5 minutes. What I did at the end of it, which I will do here also as a reminder, are the two places, because it's a long process. So that is the Iraq border. This is Riyadh to whatever water border that there is, right? So that is what I marked out. If we just move little behind, I'll show you. She's saying under this land is where the bones are. So if this is supposed to be UMAD, UMAD, DIYAN, this is the place. So when I was moving the pendulum on the map, wherever she was saying yes, that's what I was marking out. She's given few examples of the kind of people who've been done away with. Whether she's asking government of India itself to do something, or she is saying people from the government of India were unceremoniously dumped in this manner, along with the ED, along with the NIA, along with IGP, that kind of stuff. GP maybe, because everyone who's dumped and gotten rid of are the ones who are replicated from this land only. But they're very incompetent. They're not competent to do the job. They're here to steal. You must understand, the labor guy who goes for the labor work for 2 years, he wants to get his sister married, get his mother, his daughter married, his own marriage. तो बोलता है okay, केरला छोड़ के जाते हैं for 2 years, 5 years max, make enough money and come back. When he reaches there, he realizes that no, 1 minute, it's not worth it. I want to come back. I don't want to live here. According to my understanding, maybe it started that way. Fight happens and so somebody gets killed. But if that becomes an international issue, what will happen to those who've done that act? To cover it, they have replicas. The replica comes to India and says, he has come from labor class to do labor work, but his house is self-sufficient based on the natural flora fauna. He doesn't have the brains how to go into a business and make the money. But this can be used properly. And that becomes a big business of replication. That's probably how it started. Okay. Now, any which ways, this is one place which was marked out. That is Riyadh and the surrounding areas. Wherever I've circled it, marked it out in rectangles, that is where the pendulum was going in a yes, 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 that needs to be checked. But I say this kind of ground is so huge, how are you going to find it? ये रियाद के आजू बाजू है, सिर्फ जहाँ पे पानी निकल रहा है ना, और सेटलमेंट उसके आजू बाजू जो है वहाँ बोल रही है नहीं, वहाँ पे नहीं. But in the open grounds, whether it is east, northeast, northwest, west, not the southwest area is what she's saying, not that. Okay, so since we've covered this, why we went to UMAD is because we saw it on the map and we said, hey, 1 minute, यहाँ पे भी है. But that is UMAD, DIYAN. The word diya means what? It is to light the diya. But then that is what I was shown when it came to Mr. Ambani on the phone. And it is said कि नहीं, सुष्मिता नहीं आएगी मिलने के लिए. She's cancelled the appointment. There is one person who is with Mr. Ambani, and when that person, he or she enters their lobby of the building, पहले चीज़ जो है वो दियाज लाइट करता है. अब ये कौन से साल में हुआ है? I believe it is when the real Salman Khan had not yet been affected. That's what I feel. because the Sushmita friendship with Mr. Ambani was around 2002, 3, 4, 5, 6 sometime. Okay. Okay, so to start the session, first we'll go to the UMAD. Okay, it's supposed to be UMAD Nian. So UMAD dig dig bones P English. What I got yesterday when I was just sitting around not doing anything specific, thereafter the genes genealogy. So what had Vijay Bala told me in the year 2006 when I was working at IOL? He said the Middle East has lots of money, पैसा भरपूर तरीके से है, लेकिन वो खर्च भरपूर तरीके से कर सकते हैं. They got lots of money. He was talking about the royalty and he was talking about, the ministry, but then that's not the only population that the Middle East has. Compared to those who have, the Middle East also has a huge amount of population that lives in places that don't have. Right? He was only talking about Dubai and the corporate jobs available in Dubai. So what he was saying is the Middle Eastern नहीं बोल रहा था, दुबई के अंदर बोल रहा था, पैसा तो बहुत है. So that is the reason why the Indians and other country people who wish to make some money go to the Middle East or go to Dubai, and they get paid well, primarily because the money is humongous amongst those who are spending. Their own local crowd is suffering. Expatriate ज़्यादा बाहर से आ रहे हैं. That is because जो ब्रेन और जीनोलॉजी और जीन्स तो नहीं बोला है, बोलता है ब्रेन्स जो है वो एक्सपैट्स के पास है, पैसा जो है वो दुबई के पास है, लेकिन उनके पास एबिलिटी इतना नहीं है, तो दे स्पेंड द मनी एंड गेट अदर पीपल टू वर्क फॉर देम. Now I am saying that my reading is saying that these guys were looking to take the genealogy, genomes, to bridge that gap. That means there is a chance that people who went over there, you need to do the job. After all, the people mentioned over here are not small people. IG का पोस्ट एक बड़ा पोस्ट है, DGP का जो पोस्ट है बड़ा पोस्ट है, NIA का पोस्ट needs its own thinking. Few people can crack it, not everybody cracks it. Right? So that means something in genealogy. Nugi is a lady who was the CEO of Unilever or HUL. औरत है. Everyone knows her story. Right? It's not that she was born with a golden spoon in her mouth. She has worked her way honestly and then become a somebody and quite a world figure. How she's done it? How is the DG or the DGP the way he's able to be the DGP? How the IG can do the job the IG has managed to get? How he's able to do his job and be successful at it? All this has actually happened in the past. ऐसे लोग है ही नहीं अब. इनके ही bones तुमको मिलेगा under the ground. Till now it is 2 places which we identified. So anyway, what does this mean? Umad dig bone. She's saying dig at Umad. Nian is probably for bones. I don't know why there is P English, not sure. Or are there the bones of people from England, Europe also in this place? EU should be E and U, but here it is EU, which means people from neighboring Europe were taken also. Not exactly Europe or European Union, Maybe at that time European Union had not yet become European Union. Maybe it was the whole of Europe in those days. The amount these guys have been harassed before they were killed is not a joke. This is how you have human rights the way it is. Instead of human rights today, it is, if you look at the Nirbhaya and the Arushi case and you see how it was handled, you should understand what human rights is. आज हमारे घर पे तुमने हमको हमारा जन्म का राइट्स क्या दिया है? तुमको अलाउ कौन करता है? Okay, so I think it is a question of genome. Paid in bone genome. Paid in gene bone ohm. It could be pain also. Pain ID gene bone ohm. So they wanted to create pain for people who are ohm. All this noise, let's hope, is not coming from your depleted resources of great grandeur of all your barren land, where even the laborer from Kerala comes to you in the 70s, 80s और वो बोलता है नहीं भैया वापस जाते हैं क्योंकि वहाँ पे और है, compared to few years here also is not okay. They want to go back and they come to build Dubai, Riyadh, those kind of places. Go back to the 70s. Even then he says no, the quick money that he was going to make, he's willing to forego it. He wants his passport back. He wishes to return to his homeland. So my suggestion is, you are cheap, don't be cheaper. You have earned in this birth only something which got you to do other things. Don't make it worse for yourself. Yes, stand-ins for all the people who are eminent in India, you don't even have the qualifications at any level. You have dared to steal and grab things you are not capable of being before you have even been born. उसके पहले ही तुमको सही तरीके से मिला है जो तुम्हारा है. कितना और वर्स बनाएगा, सिंपली बिकॉज यू वर टोल्ड विदाउट रियलाइजिंग कि ऐसे हमको कुछ रीडिंग मिलेगा. What were you told? The worstest slums on earth, the worstest place on earth is a king's paradise compared to कि तूने कितना घटिया हरकत करके ग्रैबिंग किया है जो चीज़ तुम्हारा हक का है ही नहीं. You have fooled so many people in your state of desperation on the back of things from what you have done which is not proper. Previous lifetimes to bring you your this birth, which you further worsened it. And how many more people you have dropped into that hellhole along the way? कितने और लोगों को गिराया है, बेवकूफ जो बेवकूफ होवे. So the ones who considered that their births were painful are the ones who've gone for the genes, genealogy, genomes, bones, putting away people who were actually law and order, governance in a proper manner around the world. तो हमने तुमको पहले भी बोला था, there are 4 people in the Indian Parliament. 3 have egg and sperm from Saudi, Yemen, Oman, Iraq, Iran. That's their mix, and one of them has from the UAE. The 4th person is Kazakhstan. Mr. Modi is Pakka Hindu Indian. He was done away with, first put into a Nidra state, then gotten rid of. File name Cat also was actually whatever stories were made by the miscreants to confuse issues. She was actually helping the raw. She had to find in India के ISI से जुड़ा हुआ अच्छे फैमिली के अंदर छुपे हुए कौन है. वो अकेली थी या उसके साथ एक और कोई था. No, you have mixed it up. Whatever you know mostly the opposite of what is the truth. They have ensured through communication, telephony, IP, those kind of things to confuse you. And you got confused. How you managed to get confused? Surely not because their bones are unceremoniously dumped. Their replicas are out confusing you. Okay, now people over here mentioned, I feel so bad reading this, लेकिन बोलना पड़ता है, जो अभी फेंका है तो बोलना ही पड़ता है. I feel horrible. This is why. बोलूँ. This is my mom. Her real name is ANU, लेकिन यहाँ पे it is ANOO. Her sister's name is Binu. She spelled BINU, लेकिन she is called over here what? Her real name is BEENU. If I remember properly, Binu Masi's name is BEENU. Here she spelled wrong. Anu also spelled ANU, but she's ANOO. Dim Peg Peg तो कोई भी पीता है. Most men drink peg, so I don't think it is really telling much. I don't know if you know MG16 is something, MIG is something. You'll have to check yourself because I don't know. ED, you should know what this is because you should know better, because you better just check all this information. This is stuff that has happened in the past. How to make sense of it, you will know better, right? I don't know so much, but my duty is to just put it out over here. Then if you can make sense of it, this is not the real Anu, real Binu, Sadrangani. These are duplicates of them. Because if the word was spelled properly, then I say हमारी रिश्तेदार है. लेकिन इनका जो नाम है सही तरीके से है ही नहीं. So these are replicas for the original. The pig can be, I don't know who it can be. My mom is supposed to be born in the year of the dog. It could be God also. Ravi, who's Varsha's husband, is also year of the pig. EM is also the year of the pig. But I don't know if this is what these people are playing God, pretending to be God, getting rid of people, replicating people. Not sure. It is a scientific effort and it is an artificial one, is what I understand. When it comes to spirit world versus, let's just say, technology, don't mess with the spirit world, it will get really angry with you. 60% of the lit realm will definitely be very disgusted with you. Your SATA drive can be knocked off anytime. How you will control it? You yourself can be forced out of your body anytime by the spirit world. Once you get out of your body, all your dance drama as of your naked soul, earnings on it, black and white, you will be sent home. Then again, after that, don't throw blame on other people who got nothing to do with your nefarious ways of grabbing stuff that's not yours and playing with things you shouldn't be actually playing with. अन्नो बिग्नो, दे मस्ट बी फ्रॉम मिडल ईस्ट ओनली. यहाँ के नहीं हो सकते हैं, पता नहीं कहाँ के होंगे, लेकिन आई डोंट नो हु दे आर. और मे बी दे आर कनेक्टेड विथ SL, हु इज स्टैंडिंग इन फॉर ईयर ऑफ द पिग बॉर्न SRL. ये वो तो वही हो सकते हैं. माई मॉम्स नेम इज़ ANU, माई मासीज नेम इज़ BEENU or BEENA or ANEETA. So I don't think this cheap tactics, that also on an IP address, I don't think they would indulge in, because they have connected with Atma. Their grandparents have connected with Atma. There are some very serious learnings that they are connected with. Technology is not something they would subscribe to. Technology and forcefully trying things is that the work of the desperados who don't earn it at an atmic level on their own. It is artificial silk compared to real silk. So my mom and her sister wouldn't indulge in that kind of stuff. I'm pretty sure about it. If we talk about Beena, Beena is Taylor's sister. Is that who we are talking about? My Nani, almost immediately when she has left her body, so I told you we saw her in lots of light. So this is not got anything to do with the IP. This is normal. So I have seen her in great yellow light. So it is possible when she has left from the body, she goes to an okay loka. That's very natural. She has lived her life also pretty okay. I don't know if there is AP involved connected with E. Mauni is connected with somebody who is her aunt also is mentioned here, called Poonam. Her name also is here. They're connected with the merchant household. She and her sister. This is connected to the merchant household in some way. So this is Kiran uncle probably talking, because she's his sister. Mauni is Maoni. You'd like to see the actual spelling, since this is coming from so this is who all have died over here. I didn't see this before, but that's Dye and Bones. You'll have to make sense of this yourself, because you'll have to take this is an important read, but how it concerns you. So for the merchant household, they need to take whatever they see known to them. I don't know everything. Those who are into that mango को किसको पसंद है? Shalina, one version. Something about you also over here, and whatever your connect is on the streets. Bottom of the pyramid. Then Ravi, Undalani and family, they need to make sense of it for themselves. When it comes to my mom, it comes to her sisters. Bino, Anno, Nina भी है यहाँ पे नानी के साथ. तो Nani is the mother of Bino, Annu and Nina. That's a separate family. Poonam and Mauni belonging to the same family, and the sister, who's Mauni's mother, Beena. So definitely they are addressing these key people. Then it becomes very important कि गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया यहाँ पे ये एड्रेस कर रही है. So when it comes to people who are very important for the well-being of society on the whole, उनके बोन्स जाके दफना दिया है कहाँ पे? वर्ल्ड वाइड. So in some cases maybe the last rites, though in most cases has not happened. So perhaps this is why she's saying you need to do this as an exercise. How you will manage to get permission to actually excavate that ground, I don't know. It's such a huge area. Plus it is not here, it is in another country. हमारा क्वेश्चन है बोन्स वहाँ पे पहुँचा कैसे? She's saying no one stopped them, it went through the road. It was road travel that reached over there, nobody stopped them. That became the dumping ground underneath. But then when you are dumping something, you cannot just dump something. If you dump something in a truckload, it will be above the ground. How it has gone under the ground? Those are my questions. You can't do this in front of the whole world. Coming to what it is most important, क्या है? Government of India's job is to do the job, right? So then I'm telling you, take this little seriously, huh? Those who are left behind. Or maybe it is one from the government of India. Or maybe one party. एक पूरा पार्टी हो सकता है. One full party. This is why I am telling you, आज जो हमारे पास होता था in 2002, where are all those people when it comes to people discussing political issues? If someone who's a householder like me, who has not even grown up on newspaper stuff and on television, still I'm able to deduct some things. The guys who were politically skewed, they had their pulse on every small thing. Nobody talks today. Look at the quality that you get who is actually analyzing stuff. कोई है ही नहीं. तो जो होते थे वो कहाँ गए हैं? Where's everybody gone? How come you people was in such big jobs? How come you never question it? What should we think? Mass exodus? घर में घुस के मारेगा, फिर तेरे घर लेके जाके उसको डंप करेगा. Government of India of yesteryears was terrorists. For whom? You have infiltrated a lot of people from that land in place of those you got rid of. Most of them are incompetent. तो तू डांस ड्रामा ज़्यादा करता है, डाइग्रेशन ज़्यादा करता है, चोरी उसके बल पे. That's been the name of the game ever since 2006 or 5. But out of hand 2009 onwards. And you feel nobody is going to catch you. I just pray कि जो कुछ भी है यहाँ पे कोई रहे ना रहे, भगवान के घर से जो है शिरडी साईं बाबा जो है, और उसके नीचे जहाँ जो हर एलिमेंट जो होता है कहीं ना कहीं पे, whether it is a human effort or it is just something, some element in the universe, it catches you and stops you, because frankly telling you, what you have done is sadistic. There is no other word for it. Sadistic, lacking ethics, morals, and in very poor taste. At the receiving end is a huge civilization which has done nothing to you. Your problem is greed. Your problem is greed from many previous kalpas. A lack of morals, lack of ethics, poor loka from where you have, even before you have been born in this birth, जो लोका से तू आया है वही तो प्रॉब्लम है. अब उसको और भी खराब तो करे. ये तो यूज टू दैट शिट होल. दूसरों पे क्यों जाके थोप रहा है वो चीज़ which frankly they innocent. Who are the people whose bones are over here? Government of India, the yesteryears, the ED of previous times, IG of previous times, IGP, तो इफ़ योर लीडरशिप इज़ अ प्रॉब्लम फिर तुमको फॉर श्योर प्रॉब्लम ही होगा ना. हाउ यू विल एवर बी एबल टू सॉर्ट एनीथिंग. But you know what? 99% of the battle is once you understand where the problem factor is and what the weapon is. Once you understand that, then you work around it. If they've been replicating people the way they have, shamelessly, you know what you have to do. Then watch the fun. एक को निकाल, अगर वो एक रेप्लिका है. What was the case of Mr. Kiran Merchant, who is late Mr. Kiran Merchant? He is a sant, the original. लेकिन उसके जगह पे he was staying in Lonavala with my mom in Prashanti Nilayam. That is how much their bhakti bhav in the 80s used to be. When they need to complain about something, they have to come either to Bombay or go to Pune. In their own locality, it is a hill station and it is in the middle of two big cities, one prime city and a secondary city. Over there, it is saying for Mr. Kiran Merchant's position, somebody called Kira. I call him Kira because I don't like maligning Kiran uncle, who's a very nice man. So, but it is Mr. Kiran Merchant's home. Poonam and Mauni, one is his niece, Poonam is his sister. His sister Veena's brains are supposed to be at some lab. Anyway, all I'm just trying to say is, you must understand कि इनका जो है लेफ्ट हैंड राइट हैंड जानता नहीं है. तो बोलो 20 लोग हैं, एक आइडेंटिटी जो मर चुका है, जिसने उसको मार दिया है, उसको पता है डेटाबेस के अंदर who has been knocked off. On that one identity, they rotate many people. But amongst those many people who they are rotating, there are good chances that they don't know each other. They are just given the thing that they have to for that time to that time. That's the day they have to go and do the role and come away. Standing in for the dead person. Or then that person may be alive but underground somewhere under duress. Could be put to a experiment for the scientific purpose of the gene, genome, genealogy, brain. क्योंकि यहाँ पे दिमाग भी है. दिमाग. Brain. Thought process. दिमाग के अलावा और कुछ भी यहाँ पे था. It was another word for the same thing. Okay, if I find it, I will find it. When I find it, just remember the word dimag, which means brains, is here. There's one more word identifying the brain only, which I saw last night off the camera. These kind of readings really knock the mickey out of me, frankly telling you. It's just so disgusting. So anyway, what I'm just trying to tell you is कि इनको left hand right hand पता नहीं है, तो if you pull one person off, treat them well till you know for sure, you see if some other rat comes out for that identity. You know, I don't want to say much. I like Bombay spirit, but I say today it is not Bombay spirit. So many people have died. एक IPL मैच जो हुआ कहाँ के लिए हुआ था? बैंगलोर के लिए. बॉम्बे पे रास्ते पे कौन आया है? Each and every person who came on the streets to celebrate, I say they are people who are stand-ins for the originals. Just the way SRK and SK had to be glorified, they did the same thing with the public. You know why? Because many of them are replicas for the original, the most influential in every family. Take good look at every family on the streets on that day. Very good. In fact, profile them properly. वहाँ पे सबसे इन्फ्लुएंशियल जो है हर फैमिली के अंदर वही रेप्लिका चांसेस है एटलीस्ट 75%. You tell me one thing, you live in the slums, you live a very hard life, you hardly have money. तुमको वहाँ पे उठा के चेहरा बदल के तुमको एक अच्छा जन्म के घर के अंदर भेजूं, हम तुम्हारे माँ बाप बने, फिर एक कॉल ब्रॉडकास्टिंग पे करे, बोले कम जमा हो जाओ, दिखाओ द स्पिरिट ऑफ बॉम्बे, हाउ इट इज सो पावरफुल, हाउ इट इज सो हेल्पिंग ईच अदर. तो आएगा दो मिला लाके? क्यों करेगा? ना बोलेगा तो कितने हैं तुम्हारा जगह लेने के लिए? इन द churning and the rotation, it is a great grand yeast according to my understanding. You better wake up to it. Amitabh Bachchan, Dharmendra, they were all there in the yesteryears. They never had this jamai happening, jam ke, as a marketing tactic to make myself look more popular. All this started because somebody who allowed somebody to grow was doing the marketing in that manner. Today they've taken it to the general population. मोदी का मास्क हर किसी को देवे तो गवर्नेंस का रिक्वायरमेंट है ही क्या? Let's just go back to Stone Age days and let's just be Stone Age. Banana Republic. Why we need anybody? He has to created a second parliament. Why? Spent how much money? If you want everybody to do the job, why you spend so much money to build a parliament? यहाँ पे when we are saying how many people have died who had the ability of governance, you have given money to Afghanistan, the Taliban came and sat there. अयोध्या के अंदर जो तुमने राम बना दिया है वहाँ पे लीकेज हो रहा है. राम का story is far more than Jatayu. Jatayu, if the Ramayana ended at Jatayu, we wouldn't have the Ramayana. Ravan would be ruling. Ayodhya is not today your concept. Ayodhya is in the history of India. It's a wholesome story of an entire family, of an entire royal family. You left it with one Ram and one Jatayu. Where's Hanuman? Where is Hanuman? Where is Sita? Where is Lakshman, due to which the entire Ramayana came about? Where are Ram's mothers, stepmothers, Bharata, who refused to sit on that seat? Even ISKCON has more frescoes and murals of depicting the entire history of the Ramayana. You to in Ayodhya's temple, what have you depicted? It's a Middle Eastern agenda. Because even Kerala has more resources than the Middle East. They realized it when the labor class went there, wanted to return. Then as an act of desperation, maybe somebody killed somebody, sent a replica to India, lived it, and then said, hey, but wait, 1 minute, over here even the poor man has lots. They don't know how to. That's probably the first tier 2 entry. वैसे हमको लगता है. नहीं तो इतने लोग मरे और उनको डंपिंग ग्राउंड जाके छोड़े. Why? You're not telling me, most of you who are working, you're telling me everything is okay, or you're trying desperately to make it look okay. Those who are working in law and order. If you dare to infiltrate my home over here, and you have been cheap, downright cheap, ever since 2000, and according to me, ever since 2009 itself. Sadistic and cheap. Where is the law and order? What are your values? What values you have shown me? Show me. You know nothing about Hinduism. What are you doing on Hindu land? Pretense, pretense, pretense. But what is your actual motive? तो डांस ड्रामा तो अनपढ़ गवार भी कर सकता है, इनकॉम्पिटेंट करता है, लेकिन गवर्नेंस के लिए और लॉ एंड ऑर्डर के लिए यू नीड पीपल हु आर एक्चुअली क्वालिफाइड. So anyway, you tell me who all are dead. English also must be involved. ये पैम जो है, पैम पैनमा इज PANAMA, लेकिन यहाँ पे पैन, अगर तुम मुझे देखना है, पैन पैनमा फाइल्स तो बोल रहा था ना, विद द एक्सट्रेडिशन ऑफ मिस्टर डॉन. अब आ गया है हफीज सैयद पे. So he was talking about whoever was being moody in those days. He was talking about Panama Papers. Then he was talking about the extradition of Don, bringing back Don to India. Now latest third round, he has talked about bringing back Hafiz Syed. My reading says Hafiz Syed is no more in the body as early as 2012. डॉन इज, आई डोंट वांट टू से इज़ अ एल्डरली जेंटलमैन, तो बोलना नहीं है, लेकिन उसके 10 बाप माए बाप है AP और TN के अंदर. ही इज़ नाउ वेरी ओल्ड. तो Panama Papers, something to do with some bank accounts in the Swiss bank and Scottish something, पता नहीं क्या है. चोरी किया है लेफ्ट राइट सेंटर, जहाँ जहाँ गए हैं लोगों को बेरहमी से. एंड इफ दे वांट टू स्टील द जीन्स एंड द जीनोलॉजी, पहले उसको हैरेस किया है. इफ लाइक इन द केस ऑफ अनुष्का शर्मा, apparently she stayed alive only for a few days because she was like a cat fighting, so they got rid of her. In the case of my sister, file name Cat, she's saying that she was alive for 9 years, but in the last year 2017-18 they started airing My Home at 1401 Suman Towers, along with Forge Aswell, where my dad, the elderly gentleman, was staying. He had fallen 4 times in that 1 year. He had, you know, you just hear how they talk. She was wearing the face of Anita, his ex-wife, but I know my mom like the back of my hand. There is not a single ugly bone in her. The woman who was talking about what happened with my dad, she was actually enjoying it. The one who was being Shalina and talking as my sister was actually enjoying that talk. You make out in the energy. But those are not the energies of my sister nor my mom. It was in black and white, we just let it be. We're not interested in fighting with people. We let you do your bit, we just let it be. But that is what triggered my sister apparently when she was watching it from the. What happens is my home also is viewed by people who are underground somewhere. So if there is somebody they have recently kidnapped for replication, उनको अंडरग्राउंड हमारे घर को वो व्यू करवाते हैं in different parts. That's your nexus. So they did that with my sister apparently 2017 and half of 18, and that's when she lost her temper really badly. By February 2017, it is said she became very angry with them. They killed her. That is file named Cat. She was in some shithole of the Pune Bombay Expressway. Removed in 2009. That's what she said via the pendulum. The real Mr. Ambani, along with Sanjita Saxena, the real RK, the real Kareena, are supposed to be JNPT, Baman Dongri, somewhere underground over there. It's some military facility. That is on the opposite side of the highway, expressway. My father finally passed away on the 3rd of May, close to Labor Day. So what these guys were doing, they were killing lots of people in and around Labor Day ever since 2009. In India itself. नौकरों के हाथ तू तेरे एम्प्लॉयर्स को मारे हरामखोर। पहले तो घटिया जन्म में पैदा हुआ है मनहूस, और भी चढ़ाएगा बढ़ाएगा कर उसको करो, क्या है, यू डू। मज़ा तो देखो वंस यू लीव द बॉडी एंड गो। तुमको अलाउ कोई करे ना, उनको बेवकूफ़ मत समझो। तुमको टॉलरेट करे, उनको बेवकूफ़ मत समझो। वो उसका जो है ना स्ट्रेंथ है। इसी के बल पे तू 22-24 कल्पा नरक पाताल में जाके मरे, नंगा घूम घूम के आत्मिक रूप से। फिर तुमको पता चलेगा क्या बात है असलियत में। यहाँ थोड़ा टाइम झेलूं, लेकिन तुमको ठीक से एक टाइम मारूं, नरक पाताल लोका पे भेजूं, जहाँ से तू निकलेगा नहीं। 22-24 कल्पा, ऐसा हाईएस्ट काउंट सोफा। तुम्हारे जो माए बाप जो तुमको चलाते हैं, तू तो बस काम वाली है उसके लिए। और तुम्हारे नीचे लड़का जो तुम्हारे लिए काम वाला काम करता है, तू उसको चढ़ाओ बढ़ाओ और काम निकालो उससे, उसके 11 कल्पा। अब तुम दोनों को कौन चलाता है, नाग नागिन, उनका काउंटिंग क्या होगा। तो नेक्स्ट 15 years maybe the journey will take it to that source. That be done for. That's it. It's good. Tata, goodbye. Don't see you forever. DG and IG. I don't know whether this is nano. So is this that version of my dad who got us the nano? He's a cutie pie for most part of it. DGIG. So he must have not he's a great guy, so I don't think तो उसको डाइम्स बुला रहा है, क्यों बुला रहा है डाइम्स? It is his choice what he wants to do. He's तो gone to a good loka. For a body that has died at 6 in the morning to stink at 1 in the afternoon, he really died when? You harassed him a lot. For what? You have any shame or no shame? Are you shameless? You that desperate? If you are desperate in this lifetime, हमको पता है नहीं तुम्हारा होने को क्या है जब तू शरीर छोड़ के जाएगा. पापा हमारा पापा ही है. We are very proud to have a dad like this, and no, I don't think he's dimes. I think he did a fantastic job. I think whatever he did, he was too good. तो I feel sorry for you actually कि तुमने समझा नहीं. Now the point is over here we have tuna bone dye EM, or is it the MIG? The guy who was from MIG, you have stolen his bones. Let me tell you, you take anything that is not natural, शनि जो है वो तुमको छोड़ेगा नहीं. Or whoever is doing the stealing, you are being guided by, you understand, world is how big. But if Kerala ka impoverished looks like he's an industrialist when he goes away to make some quick money, and that now is sitting in the Indian Parliament pretending to be Indian. So isn't it like the dream that I had, that there is a man who's cutting all prosperity. It reaches open fields. It reaches the stack of dry hay, which catches fire. Vishnu तो rises out of it, लेकिन वो fire का bundle आदमी पे गिरता है और field शायद eventually उसको भी जला देगा. Do you want this place to become like that? What you are gunning for, you people on the streets and bottom of the pyramid, who have suddenly been given assets that is blood money. They are not your forefathers earning. नहीं तो तू ऐसे दुम हिला के कॉल पे नहीं आता है जिस तरीके से तुमको काम पे लगाया है. You would never do it. I am polite. The जल तो जो है वो इतना भी नहीं करेगा, लेकिन तुमको तो करना ही पड़ेगा. These are the rats. It's Bombay to Pune. I told you before also. These rats have gone to AP and TN to replicate the same shit they have done in Bombay through the 90s. सुधा सुधा का नाम क्या ले रहा है? यू टॉकिंग अबाउट मिसेस सुधा मूर्ति, नारायण मूर्ति इज वाइफ. हमने पहले ही तुमको 1 साल पहले बोला प्रॉब्लम वहाँ पे होगा. Their in-laws, their son-in-law and daughter has gone away, leaving London to go to America. तो कीरा भी गया है. तो पहले उन पे हावी किया है ऑलरेडी. I feel 1 year ago. You got money, no? Bus, enough. You technology, more than enough. You're the only one who's rich here in Karnataka for now. Seen and seen. So he came chasing tail over here. Ever since 2022. Mid of it. है तो पाकिस्तानी ATS. So he has gone to America, shape-shiftings for Mr. Trump. He's there for the leftovers. Connected with those families here who had the money, who he has already done some unscrewing somewhere or the other. He's playing the freaking flute. बेवकूफ जो है इसको कृष्णा बनना है. फ्लूट का प्ले कर रहे हैं. टॉपिक इतना सीरियस है लेकिन वो अनपढ़ गवार, इतना अनपढ़ गवार है, हर चीज़ का वो मजाक उड़ाता है. He is the uneducated from the bottom of the pyramid, from the streets and the Tapori land of Bombay. But not before he has been brought from those Registans of wherever he's been picked up. Influencer of the slums, jabber of the slums, and the tin. You got great things coming. You will come to know face to face in time to come. उसका जो मतलब क्यों है, ऐसे क्यों है, by then it will probably, don't know, either you prepare it so you can deal with it. Siege का नाम भी है. If you can confuse people and be an informant and give wrong information to key people, and they have followed it, they have felt something is not wrong, not right, but they've not been able to sort the wrong out. तो माना कि you are up in your game of 400 VC. That means there is some connect in what this reading is throwing light on vis-a-vis what you've done in the background to confuse them. Trigeminal neuralgia connected with NIA. Anyone knows anything? What it means? Okay, if anyone knows anyone called Dinan or Ninan. अच्छा, बॉडी जो है BODEE ले सकते हैं. Nina. My aunt is Gemini actually. She's got a lot of Gemini in her. She's NINA or she's NEENA. If I get her proper spelling, I will. IGIMOGM. Government of India. So this government has been called a rogue government at the very beginning of the sessions that I started at the very beginning of starting to do the Scrabble session along with the pendulum and rune is what I was told. So November, December 2020 is when we got GOI rogue, and I was shocked because prior to that तो government of India के बारे कोई कभी नहीं बोलेगा, not ever. तो बोलूँ what has changed, and then yes, they are bringing things from Iran, Iraq, places that I don't know, but today yes, we are forced to go to the Middle East because that's what's coming up. Also it is in line with the fact कि जो 2006 के अंदर 2007 के अंदर whatever hiding in an astrology report, so-called Nostradamus, and then many other astrologers, what they were talking about, the anti-god, they said that rises from the Middle East. तो उस टाइम तो सोच के बोल लूँ अच्छा, लेकिन वो यहाँ पे थोड़ी ना आएगा, मिडिल ईस्ट, यूरोप, उनका प्रॉब्लम है, वो सॉर्ट आउट करे. शेप शिफ्टिंग ऐसे कुछ चीज़ है, क्रिस्परिंग ऐसे कुछ चीज़ है, वो तो सोच भी नहीं सकते हैं. लेकिन बोलूँ तुमने दो जगह को डंपिंग ग्राउंड बना दिया है, ऑपरेटिव ग्राउंड बना दिया है. If Saudi has Mecca, Medina, India is a spiritual place. You hid in both places, but you are the anti-god. You created problems for the Muslim world also. You are here to create problems in India. Only in India, because India's prosperity for now has been there. Till you don't deplete it, you will not show your teeth. लेकिन डिप्लीशन तो भरपूर तरीके से कर रहा है कहीं ना कहीं से. First and foremost, you depleted law and order. Otherwise, why we will get the DGP and the IG and people like that? Why we will get those kind of people having died and their bones thrown somewhere far away? Why India doesn't have a dumping ground? So my question is, what is the possibility? How did you get your hands on them? And how did you get their bones to be thrown so far away? Did you CRISPR them? Did you close their memory off? Did you take them to another land, then get them back to the original state? Did you then grab their genes, genomes, and do away with them? How did you get them to that place? इनके जो bones है, इतने लोगों, there's Noogi also over here. You know who Noogi is? Don't know where she's from. The father of EM needed Noogi because her brains for an Indian lady to become a multinational CEO. How did she manage it? How did she grow? What is in her genes genome that got her to achieve the way she did? Those are probably the questions that need to be studied. दिमाग से लेके, genome से लेके, genes इंडियन रेजिलियंस, बॉम्बे के रेजिलियंस कहाँ से आता है? इनके जो बोन स्ट्रक्चर है, जीन्स जो है, डीएनए जो है, डीएनए है, कैसे करते हैं? यूरोपियन के अंदर ये जो सहन शक्ति जो होता है, एबिलिटी, स्किल, इनहेरेंट बोलते हैं पावर, कहाँ से आता है? इसी के पीछे पड़ा है। लेकिन जब लिया है, पूछ के नहीं लिया है। मैनिपुलेटिव, डिसेप्टिव ऑफ द हाईएस्ट ऑर्डर. So for anybody trying to understand, where does it come from? It's an atmic issue. It has got nothing to do with the body itself. Conscience, you are running after, but your very act of running after, being deceptive, manipulative, envious. One eye on everybody who may not be living an opulent life, but they're somehow sustaining on their own abilities, earning it right karmically in their own simple, straightforward manner is what gets you worked up. But it is that very ability to do it from many previous lifetimes is the strength and the power of the strength and the source of the strength and the source of the power. You can also do so, but for that you cannot be deceptive, manipulative, not even try not to even half lie. Have that faith in the Supreme Being or in that lit realm that actually has lots of lit people. You cannot be wanting to thrash that and yet grab that. That also misusing things and putting to play artificial ways which only spoil it for you even further, and on the back of which you will end up even more powerless. But then that is the secret, and it's not such a secret. It is available in any book. If you go into the bookstore and look for whatever it is that can guide you, it is there in every religion. But then when you are hiring people who are atheists, born in a particular religion, are no religion, then they think the way ahead is all the artificial means. Then they want to be powerful. They want to disempower that is lit naturally. And they want to grab it. It is not possible. Not sure what we are talking about in Andhra Pradesh. In this reading, Andhra Pradesh is showing itself in some way. How to understand it, I don't know. Okay? I don't know if there is a BPO involved in some way. Anne's name is here again. She's very key to this read. I don't know, to any read. I don't know why. Okay, I will just check with her because I think I'm getting tired now. Seeing all this, I feel very disgusted. So I just want to tell that bunch of people who were watching my home 2009 when I spat on my dadi's floor, her bedroom. It's not about you, it's just something in the energy of the something that we picked up. It's intolerable. Can't take it. बहुत गंदा है. It is not against that who's watching my home who took it so badly. Streets पे लगा दिया. कौन से हक से हमारा बेडरूम देखता है? उसमें कितना अच्छा कर्म है. लिसनिंग करो ना. Anyway, it doesn't matter. All I'm saying is now you understand 2009. You're understanding 2009. What happened? एंड इफ़ यू आर एबल टू टॉलरेट दैट एनर्जी, फिर तो उसी के घर जा रहा है. लेकिन वो इनटॉलरेबल एनर्जी है फॉर दोज हु गो टू द ऑपोजिट रेल्म्स. फिर तू समझो तो कौन से मिट्टी का बना हुआ है. और मिट्टी के बारे नहीं है, हवा में उड़ता हुआ सुअर. कौन से मिट्टी का तू बना हुआ है. How many times you are talking about me in my house, lying about everything I am doing. तो इंग्लिश के अंदर जो सुअर होता है पिग होता है. Saying is and pigs fly. तो उड़ता हुआ सुअर बनता है. लेकिन कौन से मिट्टी से तू बना है वो पूछने लायक है. नॉन स्टॉप माउथ मूविंग ऑल द टाइम, सिटिंग एंड टेलिंग थिंग्स अबाउट मी. हमारे घर पे हमारे बारे बात करेगा. शटर ड्राइव पे डालेगा. तेरा बाप का पैसा है. तूने हमको जन्म दिया है. तुमने हमारा इतने जो पहले वाले जन्म है तुमने वहां पे रिवॉर्ड एक्चुअली कमा लिया है. हाउ डेयर यू. इफ यू नॉट यूजलेस व्हाट आर यू. ओके, सो एनीवे 1 मिनट. यहाँ पे किसी को बूंद मिला है, पता नहीं कौन से बूंद मिला है. Med need AI go boon op. The medical professional has got affected because of artificial intelligence in some way. Anyway, let me check with her. Let's see what she's saying. Hi, are you with me as of now? I won't take too much of your time. You're still meditating, sweetie? Okay, but I'm going to be closing this session now because I've done. I could come back in the evening. It just depends how I'm feeling. But the point is, I just want to ask you, are you telling that people who are the DG, IG, Noogie, all their genomes and genes were grabbed from them, bones grabbed from them, to study their genome and all, to see why they are so smart? But they died in the process of it? You're saying in the masses the bones have been thrown in and around the outskirts wherever it has been marked on the map? So you are saying government of India should do the check of it? You're saying ki officials of ex-government of India is been harmed in the same manner? That means mostly from Congress. Is that what you're saying? Any key opposition people also from the BJP or minorities, they also affected? So who should, are you asking anyone to look into the matter? Is it even lookable? Since it's dumped in another country, right? How do you excavate that land? So you're saying the authorities should actually excavate the land and find the bones? You're saying it's possible? They know how to do it? You're saying four places, 4 key departments of the government of India, 3 are from Middle East. One is from Kazakhstan. They are heading the portfolios in government of India today. That's what you're trying to bring to everyone's notice. यहाँ पे also we've got Nina Masi's name. Anu is Mama, our own mother. Anita. The ANOO stands for our real mom, Anita Merchant, Anita ex-Mrs. Anita Advani. ANOO stands for a duplicate Anita. What about BEENOO? That is real Binu Masi. Anu Sadangani's sister. Is it the real Binu? Okay, but Nina Masi is spelled properly. NEENA. She's Nina Nanthur. So you're talking about some other Nina? You're talking about Abhay's mom? You're talking about what? Kusum Gupta's sister? Nina Agarwal? You say Uday and Abhay Agarwal have already exited out of the body. The twins have exited out of the body. That's what you said. So their mother is who you're talking about. She's been affected in some way. What about Mauni and Poonam? That is Kiran uncle's sister, Mrs. Poonam Merchant. Mauni is his niece, married to somebody in the Videocon family. So you're saying they are affected in some way? How do we understand it? You're going really fast. But how do we understand it? You're saying they should be investigated. Last time you gave me that their Mauni's mother, Veena, her brains are in some lab connected with Pune and Europe and Dawn. So in short, this family has to be investigated for things not they've done wrong, but that has happened wrong to them. They've been very badly affected because of their connections and because of the wealth associated with them. So they have to get but who will do the investigation? Who is left to do actually the lawful work without being a rogue? Anyway, in short, are you saying people of the NIA, ED, IG, IGP, DGP, all of them, their bones were taken, they were what? You're saying their bones will be recovered from in and around the Riyadh area, outskirts, dunes, and Umad Dia. You're saying it's all in Saudi? Along with some key people, key officials who were proper governance, opposition, governing party like Congress, party members, party workers also. I wanted to ask you this one question. The dumping of all this that happened in these places happened in which year? It happened in the 80s? It happened in the 90s, Bobo? Two 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010. You're saying from 2009 2010 some arrangement was done where these people were gotten rid of, killed, and their bones were dumped in those areas? Many of those bones will be recovered from there. Is this a small crowd, just a small example? Is it related only to India? The deaths and the bones being thrown are only of Indians? They are key people from around the world, is what you're saying? Key people around the European region and the Indian region? Russia also indirectly in some way? But mostly what? European region and India region? This work has been done by whom? The Middle Easterners? Is this the work of the Middle Easterners? Is this the work of the NIA? Is the work done by the MIG? Is this the work of, who should I ask? This is the work of some criminal cartel? The criminal cartel is connected, what? They're hiding out at Elon Musk's camp? Is it one of the places they hide out at? The real Mr. Elon Musk is still in his human physical form? That means May Musk and Errol Musk's DNA related son, Tosca and Kimball's brother. Is that man still available in his human form? Is he still alive in his human body? So the real DNA related son of Errol Musk and May Musk, You're saying has been replicated by somebody who comes from a criminal cartel network? They have plugged his identity with somebody of that sort? SL works for them indirectly, whether he knows it or not. Does he know he works for them? He knows he's working for a criminal network. His partner, who he's married to, also knows it. So it is by free will and free choice. The stealing of genealogy, genomes is done by whom? By them on purpose. They're doing deals left, right, center on people. The elderly in their setup are involved in it. So do you see them getting caught at their game going forward by people who know how to do law and order, and they come together worldwide? To address what the anti-God has been up to. With very anti-God activities which are not acceptable actually. You want to become rich, you do it. You earn your place. You don't grab other people's earnings. You will never find the answer if you don't do the work yourself. All the cosmetics is like a Louis Vuitton bag, but you fill it with junk and you fill it with garbage and keep it for a few days, it'll be stinking that way only. You do your own work, earn your own. You don't go grabbing things earned by other people. God given to them, God given by birth. Don't do that, because you're not getting anything out of it. You're only worsening your position going forward. It is a useless activity. Let the medicos do what they're supposed to do. If they are doing medical advancement to help them in their surgeries, identify illnesses and correct it logically, ethically, morally, let them do it. Why have you grabbed what is their instrument and converted it for grabbing in a criminal manner, chasing the demigods? For what? Your name should have been here. It is, forget about here. You are actually this only. ये बताओ क्या है? Boon. Straight from the boon it became a boon. What's the point? Arey, in this one lifetime, how much you'll eat? Even if you have 100 houses, you can stay in 100 houses in one shot. If you are so concerned about power, you're so concerned about having a net worth, what is the point of grabbing things, trying to be powerful in one small berth, and then being most powerless, disempowered, that also at the hands of what? In what kind of a place? For how long? What is worth it? Can't understand. Can't understand the logic of it. So AP says, it says TN and AP has got something to do with a woman from Andhra Pradesh. English Med ED by AP Goon. So there must be somebody from AP who's connected with the Goon activity, who's misusing the medical line and now messing around with people. This is why I said Andhra Pradesh और जो हैदराबाद और वो जो तमिलनाडु है, वही चाल चलन 90s बॉलीवुड का हमको वहाँ पे दिख रहा है. They unceremoniously get rid of your rich people. You won't even know how. These traits I have seen only in the last 3 years, 3 years in your movies, but that itself is a red flag. Goon can bring you अच्छे दिन. Goon can take you to the realms of prosperity. You try it. But if it fails, then don't blame other people. You're good at blaming people, wanting to bake your cake, eat it too, do exactly what you want, then do all the dance drama and project whatever it is to convince yourself and the rest of you. ना तू हमेशा करता है ब्लेम, तू लोगों पे लगाता है लेकिन उनका फॉल्ट है ही नहीं. और जो ब्लैक एंड वाइट में लिखा हुआ है, जो अच्छा है, अच्छा नहीं है, जो सही है, जो नहीं है, you're not willing to follow it, so then what can one tell you? Not sure. Goon, median, BAP, ED. I'm not sure how to understand it. You see, now whatever there is, there's a median. Average of the goon is the father and the ED. Not sure. Okay. Not sure how to understand this. Okay. What is the give and take? Not sure. The ED made goon be pen. So bottom of the pyramid is the only one that goes into every place, whether it is the chairman's office, private chambers जहाँ पे कोई नहीं और जा सकता है, उसके bedroom, bathroom जहाँ पे कोई नहीं जा सकता है. Logically सोचो, it is lonely at the top who penned it, Times of India के journalists. कौन से साल में? Through the 90s, 98, 99, 2000, there was a saying, it gets very lonely at the top. अब lonely at the top किसको पता है? So if you think about the bottom of the pyramid, they're the only ones who get access. The rest of everybody else waits for months on end to get one interview. One meeting with the chairman, you may not even get it ever. With the managing directors, with the IGs, the DGPs, the president, the PM, the CMs. लेकिन जो बॉटम ऑफ द पिरामिड होता है, ऑफिस के अंदर हो के घर के अंदर, directly straight to the bedroom, to the chairman's office, to the loos, that's the only one that gets the access. While most people don't think about it because it is not a criminal mind. The criminal mind knew that ages ago. And that's what they used as a link to places which are otherwise difficult to get through to. So in her case also it is possible, don't know what her setup is, but to get her to a place, her plans, her travel. She's a small example. ऐसे तो in any place, from leaving bugs mix, listening in devices, cutting conversations, redirecting conversations, goes to the question of Dowal and when he was sent to catch Dawood Ibrahim with 2 more Bombay police. That was the 2005. तेरा कसब का जो वो इशू है, जिस तरीके से हुआ है, you should question, was it really terrorists? If it was from a Pakistani terrorist camp, he doesn't need drugs for him to open fire. He's trained for it from the day he's born in the name of God. What does it have to do with the synagogue? That's a Jewish issue. He has born and lived in a place where it is difficult. Why he is going to open fire on people who are sleeping on the railway platform? Every section of society is opened fire on. So is it really the terrorist? What does it have to do with the Jews? If it is to do with the Jews, Israel is to part of the Middle East. But that was Pakistani, far away from the Middle East. So what's the connect? The Middle Eastern countries fight with each other always. Mango AI God Bin Pen. For Bangalore, we have something with Pina, which is the industrial estate. But what does it have to do? Oh, the NGO. We have page's name over here, very important because that's Google. connected with your artificial intelligence. Larry Page. That's Larry Page, who disappeared for 5 years. Now he's come back. Or he's not come back. Bryn's come back. Different in behavior, different in style. Disappeared for how long? Coming back to corporate life. Had to study the whole thing. It's like Raga. For 10 years they had to chase him. Baby, come sit on the parliament chair. Then when he comes and sits in the parliament, he has to sleep. Making fun of what? The Indian Parliament? The Indian Constitution? Why will a fifth generation Congress grandson, great grandson, do that? Statesmanship and a responsibility to his great great grandfather is very much in his bloodline. Why will he misbehave of that sort? So I thought Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Rajiv Gandhi, something to do with Palakkad, being put under Mrs. Sonia Rajiv Gandhi being pulled out sometime in 2005 itself. Both are in Palakkad of Salem, Kochi highway. Harassed like they generally harass people. I don't know, now you see what you want to do. This is what is there. Diego कौन है? Who's Diego? San Diego? You got PM and AO and English. पता नहीं. Oh, it is telling somebody in Diego to map the bones of those who are from England and from Europe. This reading is very important from your perspective, whoever you are, wherever in the world you are, if you are legal and no matter what the situation is. This reading will throw light for whatever it is from your perspective, for sure. You must actually sit with it to understand it from your perspective. This will definitely throw light on things you know about that I don't know about. Okay, I'm going to close this for now over here.